letting y'all talk a little bit, but it is time. Would you guys like to get started or keep talking?
Ready.
I'm ready.
All right. Welcome back
Neutral.
to Lairs and Legends. We last left off with the party finally making it back to the woodworkers' camp and paying Ralph for the traveling back. Uh, Unfortunately, Mikey scared the blazes out of the poor young elf, and he ran away without his payment. So, River caught up to him, paid him, and left with you guys. You are now leaving the camp, and you now have your task given to you by the insane wizard from the tower you just come from.
Mm-hmm.
Your task is to get a pink drink. Specifically, he wants a pink drink.
Mm-hmm.
The cat with wings told you that 2 red drakes would be fine, but the wizard was extremely insistent on a pink drink. And he also told you could find one somewhere in the Sourstone Mountains near in the Dwarven Kingdom. The other thing he did for your group was gave you a crate full of healing potions that's worth a lot of money that you will have to pay back if you fail to bring him this pink drake within a year in 1 day. You have already spent, I believe, 2 days a day and a couple hours getting back to the
How are we gonna get a
wood
pink
carver's
drink?
camp. So you now have a couple of paths you can go. You have, as I've said, about a year before you need to return with this drake. You could go towards Traveler's Rest. You could go towards Dracarius. You guys have options, and it is entirely up to you on what you do.
So, I suggest, kind of as a little, maybe explain away why people aren't here. Say that Loot, Chomsky, and River head off to Dracarius means during the Straightway, and we go to Traveler's Rest for some reason, and then go to Dracarius.
Okay, what is your reasoning?
I don't know. Game Master, would there be a reasoning?
Okay, there would be a reasoning. You need information. The wizard was extremely insistent there are pink drakes and they can be found. And where is the most traveled place in the Dracarius Kingdom where you could meet someone possibly from the Sourstone Mountains or have been there? That would be Traveler's Rest.
Also, we need money. Or at least Mikey needs money. He doesn't have any coin.
Yeah, you're also flat broke, so you need to make some coin yourself somehow. I don't know, as a
I
game
need
master, how
some
you plan to
armor.
do that? Do what?
I don't know, Game Master.
I need some armor.
How do we plan to do that? So, yeah, Mikey will suggest River, Loot, and Chomsky head to Dracarius straightway. We'll go to Traveler's Rest to see if we can't get more information. And, yeah, we'll, convene back at Dracarius.
Hey, Mikey, is it?
Yes.
Mikey. I'm checking notes. Yes, Mikey. As you pass by the windows of one of the buildings leaving the, camp, I would like you to make a perception check, please, sir.
Cool. Yeah, cool.
Yay!
So what do I get?
Nice, nice. Mikey, you are suddenly reminded that every time you see your own reflection, you also see this tall, lanky creature with a deer's skull and long, jagged claws. It looks thin. It just seems to kind of always be hanging around you every time you've seen your reflection. This has now happened for the third time.
Okay.
As you see it just kind of watching you through the glass, and it appears to be behind you as you glance over.
Mm-hmm.
You looking kind of antsy, buddy. What's going on?
Mikey hasn't said how he's responded to this yet.
Yeah. He kind of
Give Mikey a
stops a moment, looking at the his reflection. Hey, and kind of pulls Albedo over. Hey, what do you see in our reflection?
Albedo,
Okay.
give me a perception check.
Yeah, let's take a look over there. No, not great. +3. I got this, though. I believe in the heart of the dice.
Heart of the dice.
Yeah, not bad.
Woo!
You just make it. So, Mikey, while you're seeing this tall, lanky, deer-headed creature with long claws, Albedo, you get your first glimpse at your own. This one is kind of stout. It is somewhere between your height and Tharman's height. It has big, rippling muscles and large hands. The head of this thing is some kind of wolf-like skull, and it is moving around on all. It is standing on all fours.
Glancing from the reflection to where it should be in reality, is it there in reality?
You do not see it.
Are you? I'll whisper back to Mikey. You talking about the big, huge, thick muscle wolf? What the
Now
fuck?
the skin of this creature is almost pure black for the both of you.
No fur.
No fur.
Oh.
Not necessarily. There are patches of fur. There are patches of fur.
Hey, who's all here, player-wise? I've got Tharman,
Here.
Kaiser.
Yep.
Tharman, Kaiser, could you guys come here real quick? Take a look in this. It's a window, right?
Yeah.
It is a window. You are just looking into some random window.
Do these things? Do they look aggressive or like they're just watching us?
They are just staring. Mikey, yours raises a hand, claws extended upward as if waving at you.
Mikey doesn't respond. He
Alright,
just
what
said,
is it?
What
Look
do you
over
see in your
here.
reflection?
What is
I think I've gone mad.
As you two look into the window, roll perception checks.
I only have my dice roller up. Hang on.
Kaiser, you just see all of you standing in the reflection of this glass.
Kaiser's gonna pat Albedo. You're something, all right.
Tharman, you also only see the group standing in the glass.
Are you sure you're alright?
I think we're being
No,
followed,
I'm
but I'm
not.
not sure by what. And he continues to walk.
Mikey,
looking-
you do not see any footsteps, despite the fact that the creature seems to follow you until you can no longer see it in the glass.
Okay.
Looking in this reflection, how would I do this? Would it be possible to target the creature through the reflection? No, not that. How do I put that? I forgot what I was trying to think of. There was a secondary part to this. But if I could look at it and try to target it with something?
Is there a spell you can use to
I
maybe
want to do
hit it?
something that doesn't have any damage, but I'm like, I don't think I fucking have
Would my trained hunter trait help me at
Got it.
all here? The one that gives me blind sight.
You're welcome to try.
How far is it? 10?
It's 10 feet of blind sight and advantage on any wisdom survival checks to find food or track prey.
Let me try this. I'm gonna try sending to this creature. If it to see, Albedo's thinking if this thing exists, the spell will go through. If I'm actually losing my mind again, I won't be able to cast this.
You
You
cast
send
sending.
you send a short message of 25 words to or less to a creature with which you are familiar.
What is your message?
Hey, buddy. I can see you in the reflection, but not reality. Are you watching me? Do you need anything? I am going to assume you're friendly. That's probably 25.
You get one guttural response.
As soon as that, you guys get a. Oh, say that again?
Friend. Food. That's a little rough.
Yes, it's real. The magic went through. It said friend, food. Oh shit.
That's another thing we have to figure out.
Better you're going crazy.
No,
I
he's not.
swear.
I'd like to
And
make the rolls.
I'll try to minor illusion just
Go
a
ahead.
5-foot image to see if it helps them spot anything. This is what you're looking for. Look in the shadow.
Tharman, go ahead and make your rolls.
Take a bardic, my man. Not that you needed it.
Even with
What was-
a 21,
What was the bardic? Wait. What was the bardic?
Tis
D8?
D8.
D8, roll it.
Goddamn.
Nice.
Okay.
What was the 28 get me?
Okay. Tharman, your eyes, you close your eyes, get into your groove as if you're trying to hunt whatever is stalking your friends. You get the sensation that there is a creature of about the same size as you. However, this creature is lean, and its skull is more vulpine than wolfish.
Can I tell where it
See the
is?
thick wolf?
You only get this momentarily, as it is soon gone.
Did you see it? Did you see it?
As you open your eyes and face the glass once more, give me another perception check.
Nice.
My man.
Get out of
Thurman,
here.
you now see your very own variance of this, where it is indeed on all fours, much scrawnier than what Albedo has described. And instead of a wolfish skull, it is more vulpine, like that of a fox. It has inky dark skin with patches of fur scattered about. Some of that fur is a reddish white color, and it is staring intently at you through the glass.
How close are these things?
Oh, they're definitely within 5 feet of you.
Goddamn. Darman's blind sight doesn't pick them up.
It did momentarily.
Gotcha.
For an instant.
And is Mikey continuing along like he's trying to suggest we walk along without acknowledging them?
Mikey is acting as if Mikey hasn't actually said that there's one going on. Like when Albedo starts freaking out, he is quick to take Albedo's side. He says,
Okay.
"That is something we have to work. That's something else we have to deal with now."
Well, they don't seem aggressive, but they're really close.
Well, I don't know what they are. I'd like to figure out. The fact that you can talk to it suggests something.
Sounds very bestial. Friend, food, it sounds like it didn't know the difference. Or it didn't
Mine-
matter.
It
Mine
also
was
definitely
bipedal, though, right?
Yes, yours is bipedal.
Mine looked
It
It
different.
waved at you.
Yeah,
and
it did.
waved at you.
Yours waved at you.
Yeah.
Albedo, the way it spoke was almost as if its vocal cords were not made for the human language. Or if they were, they've been heavily damaged, so it struggles in that manner to speak as well.
It's gotta be some kind of demon, a spirit or
The-
creature.
Was there any kind of glow in the skull's eyes?
I will need a secondary perception check for that because that's going to be harder to spot.
Oh, even with a nat 20.
You know what? Fair point.
Yeah, don't
Did
look at
roll a
Never
nat
mind.
20, and I did not consider that. You have a fair point. With your nat 20 and the intense gaze, as you look back and you stare into the abyss stares back as a bright yellow eye seems to be seen through the skull socket.
Eh? They're not attacking.
We're
Just
not going.
looking at everybody and just like, what the these are fucking crazy.
Kaiser, oh my fucking god, I'll
You-
finger gun. Look in the reflection. I'm gonna see if I have anything reflective on me if we're not at the window anymore.
You
I didn't know if we
probably
could
have
walking.
your own.
Take a look. And I'll give you a bardic too for if you want to do a perception check to.
I believe the only one
Kaiser.
who started to walk away was Mikey, so the
Yeah.
rest of you are still standing before this window.
Oh my. Okay.
Kaiser's like that really interested because like all of y'all are just going crazy.
So do you try to look into the glass once more?
Kaiser's gonna take the inspiration and be like, oh yeah, I'm looking, but he's just gonna walk away.
Then give
maybe-
me a perception check, but due to your disinterest, give it to me with disadvantage.
One last glance. There's no way there's anything there.
Jeez.
And
Are
do
you going to
and
use the
do
bardic?
You roll your bardic.
I think it's an active choice to do the bardic.
It is an active choice.
It's more or less like it's just gonna go away. It's not gonna get used. Might as well use that.
I put your description into an AI.
Oh lord.
To see
19.
what.
Goody. As you glance over again, you lock eyes with one. Yours is roughly 7, maybe 8 foot tall, has the head of a what appears to be something akin to like a reindeer skull. Yours is of the muscle build itself is like your average medium build. It's about what you would expect for a creature of its size, and it has inky black skin with no fur or patches of any kind that you can see. It also has long claws on its hands, and it is staring intensely at you through the glass.
And I only glanced at it because I'm not disinterested. I will continue walking, and I won't acknowledge it. And I will continue telling everyone that they're crazy.
Gaslight to the extreme.
As you should. I believe Lou also has her own. according to my
Yeah.
notes.
Let me cut you off there so it doesn't feel like any more metagaming than it already does. I was considering. I've already metagamed. I was like, I think Albino would have sent a message to our other party to be like, be on the lookout for these ascending. But I was like, I want to save my spell slots. But,
You may save your spell slots, figuring as they aren't an immediate danger, you can discuss it with them in person when you meet them in Dracarius. As their task in Dracarius is to also look for information and get you lodgings for the time being.
trying to change the subject back.
Luke
to
seems
the-
oddly excited to try and find Rachel in the cabin.
Wasn't that other what you call it, Harpy?
She's
No.
the fountain lady.
She was the fountain lady.
Mountain lady.
Fountain Lady, that's right.
Yep, she
Mike,
was the
do you
fountain
think you know somebody that would know anything about pink drakes, like any bait? And Albino's nervous, look like kind of keeping an eye out, like he's on guard, but trying to pretend like he's not.
I'll ask.
What kind
We'll
of things are they attracted to?
we'll need to ask around at Traveler's Rest. I don't even know how we're going to capture one, honestly.
How
Yes,
big
because
is
he does want it alive.
We can't just
Well, you-
kill it.
You know, and The average drake is usually a medium. Well, actually, before I give you any information, give me a nature check. See what you
Okay.
know.
Cool.
This question would be out to the party, so I was hoping that would open it up to everybody. Nature checks.
If
I can just drop it. It's fine.
Drop it. What does that mean? Ah!
Cool.
6 nature.
are you gonna make one, Alberto? Or wrong one, Kaiser?
I said nature, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
nature.
And Mikey gets advantage because he loves dragons. Mikey starts to go off on this like autistic, hyper-focused. And drakes, they're technically different because they have.
Now, if that is included in Mikey's backstory, that's one thing.
It actually
Mikey's not
isn't.
mentioned.
It actually isn't.
Yeah, but Mikey hasn't given me that kind of information, so I'm going with it's not.
The only thing Mikey knows about dragons is they're scary and they're usually big and intelligent, and it's probably a bad idea to let someone have a chance to buy one at a black auction market, no matter its size.
All right. Everyone except Alberto, you have succeeded the check. You are all aware that typically a drake is a medium to large-sized creature, so catching one is not going to be easy. You still haven't quite heard of a pink one, but you also know with your strange finds at the black market that anything could happen in nature. So you're more than willing to at least attempt the search.
Okay.
Do we have any contacts in Traveler's Rest? I don't remember.
Not really, but we could definitely ask around and get some information. We also need a means to get gold for ourselves, or at least I do. I don't have much to my name at the moment.
Odd jobs are always great. Surely somebody needs something done quick and dirty.
We'll see. We'll look around at Traveler's Rest. Maybe some bandits will make the mistake of trying to attack us. We can get something off of that.
What was your party level again?
We
Seven,
are,
sorry?
yeah, we are level 7.
That's what I thought.
Ooh, I forgot. I took a level in fighter.
Did
Oh.
you?
I did.
Second win.
I'm hoping to get action surge.
So you can swing twice,
Oh.
like everybody else.
Yeah, at least once a day I can swing twice in a turn.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
10d6 in one turn. Just reckless it, just like.
Yep. And this party doesn't have a bag of holding either, or loot has it, right?
Loot has it.
Yeah, loot has it.
Yeah.
The base set of shit.
I'm carrying around way too many weapons.
You just have your fucking the back. Your back is just loaded.
think
I am
you told me
bristling.
You got like 5 different large weapons.
I am bristling with sharp things.
Armor.
Kaiser will take the great sword of wounding if you don't want it.
By the
Sure.
way, if the day hasn't ended yet, I still think Mikey has. Actually, no, he hasn't. He's gonna wait until the end of the day before he does anything. Sorry.
Armand will officially pass off the great sword of wounding.
And now I get it again. And I'm going to make it my packed weapon. And now we're done.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make a great sword your packed weapon?
Yes, I can.
What? Two-handed?
Yes, you can.
Huh.
So long as it's the pack to the blade weapon, because it's the hex weapon, there's a limitation. Pack to the blade, there is
I guess unless anything comes up.
I'm looking at something. Give me a couple minutes.
Trying to find the correct
Damn it.
All right. What? Oh
Damn
my
it,
god.
Chancellor.
So they changed D&D Beyond to have like what these the weapon masteries now that you have, and I just typed greatsword of wounding. It's a great. If your attack roll with the weapon misses, you can deal damage to the creature equal to the ability modifier used to make the attack roll.
Wow.
So I can
Wow.
I never not do damage with the weapon mastery specifically.
So you guys are level 7?
Yeah, we're level 7.
Oh, okay.
I've got a
Things to
4th level.
consider.
Oh, go ahead.
Just considering some things for the next tidbit you guys got to do while you're role playing.
So how would one get access to that graze feature?
Weapon masteries.
Yep. You have to earn
You
weapon
just get them, I
masteries through the
think,
new
in the
stuff.
new-
Yeah.
So certain classes get certain weapon masteries. The only class that gets all of them is fighter, and as it should be. So like
Yeah.
For example, this is
with my,
You're dip into fighter.
in theory, with my
Yeah,
dip into
as a
fighter, I
barbarian,
would
you
be able
get
to get this.
you wouldn't get it off of one level.
Okay.
That's the thing. You don't get it off of one.
That
I
is
think
tough. Now I need to look this up.
Topple
How do
is,
you know what has masteries? Like a bard, a College of Swords bard. How would I check
the weapons that are akin to a bard. So like scimitars, like short swords, long swords. Some of them have different properties. The topple property is that pretty much is when you hit a creature, they have to make a Constitution saving throw or get knocked prone. And then one of them is Vex, so like you attack, and then the next attack has advantage. And then one of them is that you have Nick, where if the weapon has a light property, you can attack again, not as a bonus action, just again.
Nice.
If
So
I
like that's more for rogue specifically. So
Yeah.
they have, like, more opportunities and stuff.
do you use D&D Beyond?
Yeah, I'm opening our res right now.
Is there on the character sheet on D&D Beyond would the masteries be on there, or would I just need to go into the handbook itself?
I think it's the handbook itself. I don't think
Gotcha.
Because like specifically, I think it's like fighters have like I think they choose at like level 2 or 3 like 2 masteries that they would have, and this is just for everyone. If you have like 2 masteries, you can only have one at a time, except fighters have multiple. And
It's like you can't have a rapier and a short sword in hand and use both masteries.
when you level up higher in levels, yes you can, but like early levels you can't. That's why, unless specifically stated. Like World Tree Barbarian can have topple, graze, and another one, all 3, because the class allows it.
Gotcha.
So like at level 6 specifically, a rogue can have Nick and Vex. So like at level 6, you can have 2 weapon masteries.
What I'm seeing is it says you have to have a feature that lets you use it. So the class itself would have something that says when using a rapier, you can use its weapon mastery, maybe.
No, it's the weapon specifically. That's why fighters are allowed to have all the weapon masteries specifically, because they have all the weapon masteries and all the weapons they can use. While like rogues have short swords, weapons with light properties, scimitars. Bards have rapiers. They have different types of things. Rangers, or like when you use a bow and arrow, you have the slow, sap, topple, stuff like that. Like these are specifically to the class that you would have. Like rogues only have they have Vex, they have Nick, and they have Graze. That's it. They will never get topple. They will never get slow. They will never get pushed, sap, or cleave, ever. Unless they multi-class. That's like akin to the rogue only. Like,
All right. So
Go ahead.
what I'm reading here is for the barbarian at level 1, you get a weapon mastery. Your training with weapons allows you to use the mastery property of 2 kinds of simpler martial melee weapons of your choice, such as great axes and hand axes. When you finish a long rest, you can practice weapon drills and change one of the weapon choices.
Yes.
Okay. If we're running with this,
If we are running this,
Are we?
that's the DM. This is 100% a DM question.
Mm-hmm.
Sensei, have you been listening?
This changes shit like crazy.
I think Densa is a bit busy at the moment.
Yeah.
What was your question?
Have you been listening to the weapon mastery things that we've been
Nope, not even a little bit.
blathering on about? Okay. Maybe next week then.
I did catch that it adds something called a graze feature.
It makes it so that you do your modifier if you miss.
So you're always doing damage, even missing. Cleave, if there is literally another creature within 5 feet of the other creature, you attack it as well. In one turn, you
Love
just see
that.
it roll twice.
No, I like the cleave feature.
Nick,
Yeah,
specifically, you get the extra attack feature flat out if it's a light property weapon specifically.
Nice.
Push, I think push is only for mauls and longbows and crossbows specifically. When you hit a creature with the weapon, they get pushed back 10 feet. It's like Eldritch Blast, but they just get pushed.
Okay.
Sap, when you hit a creature, they have disadvantage on their next attack, no matter what. Slow, the creature's speed is reduced by 10. Slow is for the longbow specifically. Push is only the crossbow and maul. Slow, you hit a creature, their speed is reduced by 10. Topple, I think, is for great axe, great swords. You can literally knock a person prone off with one hit, so they just need to make a Constitution saving throw. And then Vex, you get advantage on the next attack when you hit.
And only one is active at a time until a long rest, when you can switch it out.
So this is where like min-maxing quote unquote dual wielding. You can have a weapon that has Vex and another weapon that has Nick. So you can have a short sword with Nick, make another attack twice with it, attack with your extra attack with Vex, and then bonus action attack again. Like you can attack 4 times with dual wielding specifically. So long as you have different types of weapons. So like you can have a scimitar and a short sword. So long as they're different. So you can't have 2 short swords because most short swords will have Nick, most short swords will have like slow or whatever the hell it is, but you can only benefit Nick once. You can only benefit from it once per turn. So you can't.
Interesting.
Okay.
So if you have like 2 short swords, you can't make 2 extra attacks with it. You can only make 1 extra attack. So like it's
Okay.
so you have to like prioritize what you're using specifically.
Okay. What are the requirements to get these? That will be my
They seem
next
to be
question.
just class features, like how a sorcerer gets meta magic options.
This
Martial
is-
classes get weapon masteries, according to the D&D Beyond character sheet.
It's specifically so marshals can actually scale better with the spellcasters because these
Feels good.
these make them pretty fucking good. Fighter is the
Okay.
only class that can do pretty much all of these.
I would allow you to have these with the martial classes because they don't sound overly broken, and you get them with the class leveling up, so it sounds reasonable. I would allow it.
Well, yeah, for barbarian at least. I didn't check the others, but for barbarian, it's a level 1 thing.
You can get you get the topple feature if you want to grab it.
I could take that, but I kind of like the cleave and the graze. And it says I can have 2, but only use 1 at a time.
What weapon are you using though? That's the thing.
The gigantic greatsword, which definitely has the heavy property.
It's the cleaver graze. It's specifically cleaver graze. You're not. It's big enough to be considered topple, but like it's up to you which one you want.
I think I'm gonna go with graze for now, just because I feel like it's an awful time if I miss.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
But not really. I didn't. I just imagine Darvin swinging this thing and like the wind just slightly cutting this dude up.
Well, it's like Guts' sword, basically.
Yeah.
It is Guts' sword. I have a great sword too, so I have graze. Now.
By all reckonings, it was a heaping mound of iron. Or whatever the quote is.
Yeah.
Had it until I started speaking, and then I lost it.
It's awesome.
Alrighty. So are you guys still traveling?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we are still traveling.
Sorry,
if memory
we got
serves,
off on a tangent.
yeah, it's about 4 days travel if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
Back to Traveler's Rest.
Yeah.
You were walking by foot, and you have no real issues this time.
Mhm.
Lucky for you. And you do
Over.
arrive.
Mhm.
Yes.
One of the things I want to intimate that my character does over the rest is when we stop for rest for the night, he will cast Goodberry and share Goodberry with everybody, including whatever pets we have.
Oh wow.
And also over like the first night, he will try and find some time to get away from everybody and see if he can't in some way contact the being following him.
I'm happy to let you try this. Now, here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you make this attempt?
So he will go
It
in.
is also a full moon.
He will go into the forest, kind of light.
You are not near forest at
or-
the moment. You are walking across rolling hills and plains.
Okay. Is it-
Specifically, you're in the plains area.
Is it considered dim light?
Yes, it is dim light.
Okay. He will light a torch and kind of put it in the ground, and in the torchlight, he will kind of, with his sword, kind of carve out the letters, "What are you?" as in a question to see if it will answer. I know you're there. This is the only way I think we can communicate. I don't have magic.
You get no response. Do you try anything else?
He is going to take some of the salted meat he has in his pack and throw it out and wait to see if it tries to feed off of it.
Nothing appears to happen. Do you try anything else?
Nope. That's all he can think to do right now. So
I
he'll
will
go
give you
back.
a hint because I feel like it is something Mikey would have thought of.
Okay.
You have only ever seen it through reflection.
Okay.
Perhaps that is the key.
God, is this some kind of Mallow inspiration? It just reminds me of the SCP Mallow.
Don't think I've ever
Yes.
read that one. Oh wait, is that the?
Yes,
Yeah.
this is all just psychologically fuck with you right now.
Okay.
It will advance further, but for now, it's just to fuck with you.
Yeah.
I have more plans for this because
Okay.
I'm actually really enjoying these little interactions with it.
Okay. My character will leave the meat out, and just go back to camp.
You don't try anything with the reflection or anything?
Not at this time. He's actually going to wait until daylight to actually do anything else. And he'll probably wait until he can get a better reflection in town and such, and not have to worry about finding a source of water or something.
Alright, well, the torch eventually dies out, and nothing really seems to happen during your watch.
Mhm.
When you wake the next morning, you do notice that the salted meat is gone, but there's also small animal footprints all around your area, so there's no telling if the
Mhm.
creature took it or if one of these little guys took off with it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all my character does.
Before the rest, if possible, if I want to be like, let me cast my spells before my fucking rest so I can have them during the day.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to try to cast sending 2 more times, maybe 3 if the conversation's good. But the first question or message to the creature, I would try to see it in a reflection. If I could pull out, I don't know if I can a coin, a blade, what have you. But I don't think I need to see it to cast sending anymore.
Hey, Tharmand, I actually really like that first one. That fits pretty on par with what I was thinking. So you are going to attempt to see it in the reflection again. Is that correct?
Yeah, just if I got something handheld, I'm not sure if I have anything specific in my inventory.
Go
Like,
ahead.
maybe a dagger.
If you can try with whatever you like. Pull it out and roll me a perception check.
All right. Hey, buddies. Anybody out there? That's my perception. Know this. There it is. All right. 21.
With the 21, you do see this large wolfish creature staring at you through the blade, as if it's behind you.
Hey, I'll cast sending. Is there anything I could help you with? What's your goal here?
It shakes its head instead of replying through message, lifts a paw as if gesturing towards you, and then stamping the ground with it. It's one of its front paws.
Is there any, would an insight check be enough to kind of, is it like a horse counting, or is it aggressive? Like it's trying to, I'm gonna stop you.
Give me a nature check for that.
Don't you mean insight?
No, no, I don't. Because you're asking about animalistic behaviors. So give me a nature check.
Wouldn't it be animal handling then?
You do. If you have better animal handling, I will let you roll that.
Nope, I'm good.
With a 14, you don't feel like it's in an aggressive manner. It just seems as if it's following you for some reason, and you can't quite discern why.
I'll send one more message. I say, are you hungry? Do you need some food? Are you, see you tomorrow.
You get a guttural growl in response, and just one word.
Food, right?
Food.
Alright.
I don't know how well that's coming across the mic.
Pretty good. I just wanted to make sure. I heard it. Alright. Well, these guys are still here. I'm able to talk to them a little bit with a spell, but I can't really pick much up about them. And I'll mimic what it did. I assume everybody's there. I'll mimic what it did. I asked it what it was here for. I think that's the question I asked. And it did this, and I'll do the point and stomp thing. That, I don't know. Did you guys touch something? And I'll pull out the werewolf cup. Do you guys think?
I didn't touch that.
Is this
I completely forgot you fucking had that thing.
Yeah, I hate it. I'm like, I fucking know this has nothing to do with it, but it kind of makes sense. These are kind of freaky tooth beasts.
Do you still have the stat sheet for that item?
I don't think I got one. I think it was more...
I thought I sent it to you. Let me see if I can find it while you're doing your thing.
I'll check see if I can get there faster than you. But I'm not sure. I don't think... other than that, I just would have cast Tiny Hut, but... I assume not much is going to happen over the night.
I mean, you can assume.
Well, you know what they say about assuming. In the meantime, Tharman's going to do the same thing and try and find it in the reflection on his sword.
Go ahead and give me that perception check.
Nope.
You see nothing.
Kaiser will look at his beautiful greatsword of wounding again as it is returned to its master once more, and look at the reflection, see if he sees anything.
Give me that perception check.
Nope. Me and Tharman are just rolling together in this.
You really are.
Before I had a 9 and a 5, my modifier 5. He had an 8 and a modifier 4. Now he has a 2 and 4. I have a 3 and 5.
Yeah.
Like
Out of
together.
out of curiosity,
Rolling in the deep.
With my passive perception of 25, wouldn't Mikey just always see them in his in the reflections?
No, because they're not always
Mhm.
there. Hence the
Mm.
perception check to see if they show up or not.
Okay.
If you can see it, try to move in your reflection and interact with it. Touch it. I lost my accent there for a second.
I get that. Are you talking to us or in character or
Yeah.
yourself?
In character. That was meant to be in character.
I'm gonna
And
wait
directed
until
at
I
us,
have
though?
a better reflection to look
Yes.
at.
Can I mirror image an actual mirror that would reflect an image? I don't think I can.
No, I don't think
Yeah,
the
it
spell
seems a
works that
little
way.
much.
Bit on the nose there.
I will plant the tip of the greatsword, the colossal greatsword, in the ground, and allow the others to use it as a mirror.
Okay. Mikey will try and use it as a mirror.
Ah, yes, the wearable. I found it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe if we all look at the same time and all of us see our buddies and point out what they're doing, maybe they are interacting with each other and we just can't see it because we can only see one at a time? What do you guys think?
I
If we
think
set the
we
sword
only can.
horizontally, could we all see behind us at the same time and then
Well,
we describe what they're doing?
in the
Maybe
window,
they're
we
hanging out
were.
with each other.
In the window, we were looking at the same thing, and we saw two different ones. I don't know if we'll be
So
able to see what one's
Did you
following
guys
us.
try to point out the exact location of the ones you were seeing?
I think that's what
No,
I'm trying to set
actually,
up
I didn't.
here. We all stand shoulder to shoulder and see if they stand behind us. Or
Then
is-
you're not entirely sure if
Okay.
it's the same one or not.
Well,
What do you,
Albedo did definitely use a minor image to actually make an image of what he saw. So
and I
my
was
character
very
would
clear
know.
that my guy was thick, and I think yours was lanky, so I wanted to make it very clear. That
Mine
you were
was
here.
lanky and bipedal. Yours is a little bit more thicker and wolf-like, and actually
Correct.
is quadrupedal.
Yes.
Well,
Mine was a big ass mirror.
but you see, I'm wondering if they interact with each other.
Yours
Maybe
is
they're on a
also
different.
bipedal.
I mean,
Aren't they
Kaiser.
all- I think Tharman's was the only quadra.
no, yours was
yours is
quadruped
Albedo.
as well.
Kaiser,
Yep.
Kaiser's and Mikey's are bipedal, and yours and Tharman's are quadrupedal.
Everybody gather around here, stand shoulder to shoulder, and if everybody doesn't mind following.
Mikey
for
doesn't
a
mind
rest.
trying this out.
If Tharman, if you could set your great sword, your huge sword up, and kind of like as a horizontal mirror situation, if we all stand shoulder to shoulder, and our buddies are behind us, and if we start changing positions, I'm wondering if will they walk through each other like ghosts to follow us? Will they excuse each other? Or will they even be standing behind us? I don't know if this will figure out anything, but
Mhm.
surely we can find a. I think he
We
said
can
we're in a
try.
grassland, so I'm not sure of how we'd put this up. Put it on
Yeah.
the ground.
I mean, do you have a fire going for ample light?
I would imagine we would.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume so, but I like to ask.
Yeah. So Mikey will try and look into it, see what he sees.
Since we're all shoulder to shoulder, have we all?
Let me throw Kaiser and Tharman to Bardix real quick. Those are my last ones for the day.
Go ahead and roll to see if you see them.
Perceptions.
Kaiser,
Yeah, we all need to
you
do
see
this
it.
in sync.
Tharman, you do not.
Mikey, no.
You do not.
Mine's not around.
Albedo, you do not. Tharman,
No.
you're the only one that sees theirs.
Wait, go through Kaiser.
No.
Yeah.
Kaiser.
Oh
sees yours.
yes, Kaiser. Kaiser, you're the only one that sees yours.
I don't see anyone else's, just mine.
No. And everyone else, you currently do not see yours.
Yeah, I don't see mine at the moment. Well, probably want to check again sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not getting lucky either, man.
Insight check.
Mikey, roll insight. Kaiser,
There's no
Roll.
This is deception. We all know this.
yeah, roll it GM, and then tell them what you.
He's a warlock. He could be proficient in bullshit.
Could be.
I'm proficient in bullshit.
Kaiser, what does he get from that check?
Kaiser's very adamantly not looking at the sword where everyone else is. He's just like, damn, I just can't see it. Avoiding it.
Mikey says nothing.
Mikey scrutinizing your bullshit, but says nothing about it.
Mm.
I think I'm good for a rest and a story forward.
You have 3 days and 4 nights worth of travel to attempt this. Do you guys try again during the travel, or do you wait until you get to Traveler's Rest?
Mikey would like to try again before
The
Traveler's Rest.
four-person vision.
Yeah, with like he sees the merit in what Albedo wants to do. He just wants to try again, on the next night.
Yeah.
All right. On the next night, as the sun is setting and the moon is rising, a little waned now.
Yeah, and if Kaiser
Norman
tries
stabs
to,
his blade into the ground,
if
you
Kaiser,
all line up.
if Kaiser tries to get out of it, he'll kind of whisper, "I know you see them too."
Oh, I was 100% gonna fucking do that.
And remember, Mikey's eyes are opened by 25 perception, so he's looking at your soul. He knows. I know what I'm saying.
I may have a 25 passive perception, but I only have a +7 insight, and also,
Wow, drop the ball. No. Oh shit! Everybody gets a bardic, by the way.
okay, cool.
Besides me, of course, because I can't give him his own bardic. Would everybody roll fucking higher than 10?
Damn
Sons of
it.
bitches.
I got a 17.
You're all kicked out of the party. You can't roll for shit.
Okay.
Kaiser,
Oh, you did. Yeah.
Kaiser, you're up. Mikey and Kaiser, you both see yours. Thurman and
I'm gonna do the eye
Albedo.
shut trick again.
Yeah.
The eye shut trick.
Roll. You again get a fleeting sense that it's there, but it's gone as quick as you sense it. Do you try to look once more in the sword?
Without opening my eyes, I will move to where I sensed it was,
Mhm.
You step back about 3 foot.
and gently, in a non-threatening stance, reach out a hand without facing where it was.
You feel nothing.
What the audience sees is Tharman grabbing a ghost crotch. Just reaching right through him.
And then I'll open my eyes and look into the sword.
Give me another roll.
Guys, did we touch anything? Are we cursed?
Armin, you see yours. It seems to have stepped back when you did.
If you don't mind, could we say I contacted our other party and just to check in and see if they're seeing the same thing we are? To just kind of
yes,
confirm whether we
and
all
we
did
can-
something.
Yes, and we can role play that when the rest of the group is back.
I was like, could we get the answer now? Like, yes, they are interacting with something, is what I'm
I
hoping.
cannot give you that answer because I am not those players. As the dungeon master, I know whether they've seen it or not, but that is up to them as players to tell you guys.
Okay.
It just continues to stare at you, Tharmand, as you say this. So Tharmand, now speaking clearly, sees his own.
Since I'm looking at it, is it behind me?
It is almost directly behind you.
What other? Okay, I need to specify this. What is behind me? As in, not this thing physically, what is behind me? Is it open expanse? Is there a building?
When you turn and look back, you see the open plains and fields. When you look back to the sword, you see the creature standing there.
I'm an Eldritch Blasphemous, not looking at it,
While looking at the sword
while looking at
or
it.
the reflection.
Do you point your hand backwards or do you fire it at the sword?
Why would I fire at the sword? Of course, backwards.
Because I know my players. You fire it backwards, and you watch as you momentarily see it in the reflection, and then you don't, as it continues to travel and eventually vanish once it reaches its distance. The creature is unharmed.
Whoa!
Did it go through
Guys.
the creature? Did it go around? What is it?
It seemed to go through it.
Okay. What were you saying about him?
What happened? Did you get it? Did it attack you?
Nah, there was a fly. I'm sorry.
Insight check.
Mikey, how many times have you seen this one?
Motherfucking liar.
This is the second time during this session. So
Yeah, total. I believe this is the
I
fifth,
can't remember. I think it's the 5th.
because it was 3 times, then we started the session, it's 5th.
Yeah.
As you turn to kind of look, you can now see it in your peripheral.
Mhm. That's curious. My character will kind of speak out. Can you communicate? Kind of talking
see it.
out.
You see it raise a hand up, and then as if waving, doing the finger wave, does that.
Finger wave, like
No,
What?
like fingers going up and down in a wave.
Yeah, I see. Hello.
For a moment, I imagined, hello, my name is Baymax.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm your personal healthcare companion.
Yeah.
I just got the flash of the Donnie Darko bunny.
Mhm.
That kind of creepy, slow-moving.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
have no idea what that is, but that's probably pretty accurate.
Hello
Yeah, you may
there.
not want to.
Mhm. So, I no longer see you in a reflection anymore. Can you speak? I can speak other
You do not
languages.
hear a response. And the waving you saw specifically through the mirror, as for now, as if you're not looking directly at it, you can see it kind of in your peripheral and like off to the side a little bit.
Mhm.
But anytime you try to look directly at it, it's just gone.
Yeah.
Do I get the sense that Kaiser's lying about that fucking fly? Oh, you fucking liar.
You can insight check them to find out.
It was a 10 versus a GM roll.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I don't.
You're actually pretty certain he saw he was being pestered by a fly and just got fed up with it.
Oh, yeah. Damn flies.
Yeah,
You know, I can call a fly a bitch and it'll die. If you see it again, let me know.
I'll remember that.
Vicious mockery of fly just so it dies. But what if it saves the saves on the wisdom save?
Well, we better get the fuck out of there because that's dangerous.
Well, I mean, what does a fly's wisdom look like?
Been negative
Negative
infinity
5.
fucking T. It can still say fuck.
Yeah, as long as it rolls.
Anyway,
As long as it rolls
The
at that
psychic
20.
damage bounces back.
So you guys, after this, and you got confirmation, most of you can see them at the same time, and
Mhm.
Mikey is now just straight up seeing his in his peripheral at random. And this
Mhm.
does seem to be at random as far as you can tell, Mikey. As you
Mhm.
travel over the next 2 days, you periodically just see it kind of spring up and watch you for a little while before it just leaves.
Mhm. Does it ever get to the point where it's no longer in my periphery? Like, I can
Over
just
the
see it
course of
without a
these 2
reflection.
Over the course of these 2 days, no.
Okay.
You do finally arrive at Traveler's Rest. It is as busy as you recall, with many merchants and shipments moving through here to different locations in the kingdom.
Okay. First things first, Mikey is going to search for any means to get some money.
Yeah, Kaiser's following him.
Give me an investigation check.
Cool.
Could
I'll
everybody,
be.
everybody that wants to, hopefully.
Yeah, everyone that wants to,
I would
looking
just-
for work or money.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna assist Mikey so he has advantage.
Okay, cool.
New
I
day.
will be letting Mikey and the others know where I'm going, and I will be looking for an armorer/blacksmith.
29!
I was actually gonna say Mikey if he was gonna take a bardic. I was about to say new day, take a bardic. If you
Oh,
want to up that to.
do you want me
Yeah,
to get a bardic?
Yeah, I do. No, I will. I would have already gave it to you. I just didn't get a chance to say it before.
Okay.
You
30!
It's a sign.
See, I'm not even gonna roll.
Mikey,
Yeah.
as you guys arrive, and it's bustling, it's midday, people are checking in, having a late breakfast, what have you. You go to check the general area where the quest board is, and you see a man in what looks to be pretty decent armor putting up a request sheet.
What does the request sheet seem to be for?
Assistance with an undead problem near the marsh, which is back towards the farms where you met the baby dragon worm.
Huh. Okay. So, back in Azure.
Back towards Azure, yes. Because you know that past the woods of Azure, there's a marshland.
Alright.
Does it say a reward, Mikey?
What does the reward say?
Let me just... Hang on. I lost my page. I had this picked out and I lost my page. Give me just a second. I'm getting there.
Bad DM. I want my money back.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't charge you for this bullshit. That is not the right one either. Bloody hell, where is this? Here we go. This is what I was looking for.
Should buy a mirror. A good mirror.
You are given, if you go up and read the paper after the man walks away, it says specifically that there is a small island within dense fog of the marsh, where there once stood a grand castle from some ancient time long forgotten. And in the courtyard of this castle is a nesting hydra. I'm kidding.
It's like, wait a minute. Even if we
You
deal with a
sound so
Hydra,
worried for a second.
even if we deal with a Hydra, can we really do a dungeon crawl in one session?
I mean, it's not a one session thing, but
We're,
so
everybody else has gone to Dracarius. Dracarius.
what it actually says is they're having issues with someone who, some archmage who seems to be hungry for lichdom. And so they're having issues with undead, killing many and threatening others who live in a village in the swamps, and they would like help clearing out the area in general. They're not asking for assistance in handling the mage trying for lichdom itself, but you would be paid extra if you did assist in this venture. The pay is... Where did I mark that? For a group of 6, it would be 200 gold pieces for helping deal with the undead problem in the immediate area.
So a group of 6. Okay. Mikey will pull the quest off.
So that is 1,200 gold total.
Yeah. Mikey will pull the quest off and go, well, we probably should deal with this. It'll give us gold on the way, too.
A simple clearing out of some undead?
Yeah. 200 gold per person.
The reward is a total of 1,200 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I need the money.
We should probably...
There are bonus rewards if you help them deal with the Archmage attempting to reach Lichdom.
Yeah. We should probably send a message to everybody else in Dracaris that change of plans. We're heading back towards Arjur to get a quest done. Get some funding for what we have to do ahead.
Yes, I've got a spell slot stored away just for a spell. Should we do it now or after we've seen what we're dealing with? I figured the later we wait,
let's go ahead and
we could give.
Let's go ahead and do it now, and if we gain more information about it, we can tell them then.
You get the reply back that if you want them to arrive to assist you, it will take roughly 4 days to get to Traveler's Rest. And from there, it will take roughly 7 to 8 days to get to the village you are going to assist.
7 to 8 total.
From Traveler's Rest. So you would be...
So it's going to take us 7 to 8 days to get there?
Yes, and if you wait for the rest of your party, it will take an additional 4. The quest is not an immediate threat, but it is becoming pressing, so they would like for adventurers to come and deal with it as quickly as possible while they round up a group to deal with the Archmage.
Without the meta knowledge that we don't have players here, Albedo would suggest we wait for everybody else.
Yeah.
But with knowing they're not going to be showing up.
Is there a reason why we could do this without waiting for is there a reason why we wouldn't wait? Game Master.
Not
Yeah,
particularly.
you said it's not time sensitive.
This is not currently time sensitive. They would like it handled within a fortnight, which would give you plenty of time to wait for your party.
Okay. So 4 days. Cool.
Plus, looking at your map that you have of Dracarius and that portion of the marsh, you're looking at another an extra like 6 to 7 days based on distance. You're not entirely sure, but that still gives you plenty of window.
Yeah. Okay, so 4. Cool. Out of curiosity, how many days are in a year here, or is it a full 365?
I would say yes, it is a full 365.
Okay.
And so if you go the 7, we'll say roughly 7 day down south after waiting the 4, then the Uh, 11-day back is 22 days, and if you go through Dracarius Port, it would be. Should I make you roll a check for that information? No.
Ow, fuck.
So far, all we know is that it will take probably 4 days to wait for our party members, which we can do. Mikey is all for having more people around to actually deal with this issue. And then it will take another 8 days in order to get to Azure and get to Azure, into the marshes.
It would be 7-ish days to get to the specific village that needs assistance, not
Okay.
Azure.
Okay, so
Could we parlay Mikey's nat 20 plus 9 plus 1 into a shorter quest while we wait for our party?
yeah,
We could do this session.
because
I hate throwing a meta knowledge, like, maybe
'Cause
we switch it up and
we're-
something just happens.
yeah.
You do have 4 days of time to kill in order to try and find something else to earn money.
So with
You are at the quest board.
what else is at the quest board?
If you don't
Are
have
there any wild boars?
Can we kill wild boars?
Yes, there's
there
a quest
any-
for 100 wild boars.
Are
Okay.
there any reports of
Do we
murder?
know where wild boars can be found? We
It's
will
an
fight the
infestation.
100 wild boars.
Oh,
You
actually,
really
we're
want to
gonna.
fight 100 wild boars?
If
Hold
it
on.
kills me, yes. So we can get money.
That's a joke
Are
from
there
our
rumors?
first campaign.
Are there rumors of a large lizard man chasing them?
Indeed. There's just this random, 9-foot-tall lizard folk with a great axe just kind of chasing them around.
Is that one of your characters? Or is that
That
Those
was
are
my
drunk.
first character.
So-
Those grunk.
Again,
Let's go
seriously.
kill 'em.
Yes.
What other
Sorry.
quests are at the quest board that we could possibly do within 4 days?
And are you taking
Jokes
suggestions?
aside, though amusing, there are a couple of simple quests in the nearby area, such as the inn itself is low on meat, so would like for people to hunt some of the deer nearby or other such game in order to sell, and depending on the game you bring back, they are willing to pay quite well. There is also one left by a merchant who, based on the writing, is pretty pissy about something supposedly being stolen. A ring, from what you gather, and maybe some other valuables.
Okay.
Was that the valuables?
A merchant left a quest up for someone to find their stolen ring and other valuables.
Alright.
Okay. Mikey will kind of turn to Kaiser and go, which of these two would you rather do? I'm more keen on looking for somebody who's gotten something stolen from him. But it would be definitely easier hunting for food.
Is this
For
just
the
a
end.
Kaiser, or would it be?
He's kind of letting anybody open to answer, but
Okay,
he's
just didn't
mostly the
wanna-
Kaiser.
I need money.
The
Whichever
reward for the
is
stolen
someone.
ring, the reward for the stolen ring and valuables is 800 gold pieces total.
Albedo will put his arms on both your shoulders and be like, technically, hypothetically, if you found the ring, write a message and ask for whatever. Just
Oh.
technically putting that out there.
Why don't we try to find the ring first, and if we have time, we'll look for hunting. I think the inn will have has plenty of time to get more food.
Let's look for the ring.
So my character will take the request for the ring, and try and find the merchant who's rather pissy.
The merchant had written on the paper that you will find him within the inn's eating area, the dining area. And he is very easy to find as he sits at a table by himself, rapidly tapping with one finger, looking rather irritated and impatient.
So my character will come up to his table, sit across from him, and go, "I hear you're missing some things."
He sits up straighter, goes, finally! People to help, oh thank the gods. Yes, a family heirloom ring and some jewels worth a pittance were stolen from my bag. I am very much hoping you can help me find it before they leave Travelers' Rest.
Do you have any idea who might have been around whenever they went missing?
It was in my room when it went missing. So I'm not entirely sure if someone just broke in or perhaps one of the staff got greedy. I've no idea. I don't want to go around accusing the staff and get kicked out before I find my items.
Mind if I take a
Hence,
look
I
at the
posted
room?
the quest.
Mind if I take a
Not
look
at
at
all. Please follow me. And he'll stand up and lead you to his room, which is on one of the upper floors. It's one of the nicer rooms, which honestly isn't that much nicer than the regular rooms. But the inn charges quite a bit more because nobles and merchants think they're better than everyone, so they know how to make money.
Is this kind of maybe a scene that the staff of we're at an inn, right?
Yes.
Is this the scene of them going up to check the room? And I feel like Mikey might look like a detective, have that kind of air about him.
He does have that air. He
very
definitely
much so.
has that air.
Staff noticed that. Oh shit! Somebody's looking into it. Is that a potential
Perception
note
check.
Uh,
Perception check to see if you see that.
Do you mind if I check with that perception check?
Yes, you may also make that because you are more focused on your client. I would also like you to make the roll.
Okay.
So this client guy isn't being quiet and whispering, is what I was trying to get at.
Oh no, he was not at all.
That
With a
okay.
with a 25, the staff seem quizzical but calm for the most part. Some of the patrons, about 3 of them, look a little antsy.
My
And
character
they're scattered about the eating area.
My character will mentally take note of the 3 patrons.
And if I could pop off a detect thoughts and see if there are any surface thoughts of guilt room.
Let me look at the spell real quick.
Yeah. So I'm trying to look up the possibilities for polymorph that we would have at level 7, and I can't figure out how to use 5e tools filter to. Don't just show me the CR7 beast. Show me all of them.
Okay, what you do whenever you look through the type of beast is one of the sliders you put up to CR7, and then you can filter it to only beasts, and then because like there are 2 sliders specifically for determining challenge rating.
I think I got a GP just jumping over. Oh, fuck, it was above. I got the type filter.
Yeah.
I was looking below that for the CR, and it's right above it. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Dang.
Surface thoughts wise, you don't really get any information on anyone who might be guilty.
Don't feel any levels of guilt. Alright.
Why were they antsy though? I'm asking for Hayden himself. Because if they're antsy...
well, surface thoughts wise.
Yeah. Okay.
Nervousness. You wouldn't be able to answer this out to me.
Not immediately, no.
And there are plenty of nervousness and antsiness in general from some of the other merchants and people coming and going from various deals they're thinking about and such things. So it's kind of hard to pinpoint. Better description?
Yeah, that's a better description.
Yeah. doesn't sound like there's anybody sitting in there going, "Oh God, they found me."
Yeah.
No.
So I wouldn't want to risk probing any deeper if there's no uh, evidence so far. But yeah, if there's nothing really to pick up about guilt issues specifically, I'm gonna let people keep their privacy. Albedo
Mhm.
is,
Uh,
and nobody knows this, but that's
the merchant, the merchant you're following
Oh
has
yeah,
thoughts of, finally, I can get the heirloom ring back.
man. And you, sir, you noticed this with Mikey, right?
Mhm.
While detect thoughts is up, I'll just kind of like, and you sure you don't know? You didn't have it? Did you have anybody in there? Any friends over? And kind of suggesting that you might have hired some friends to see if there's any surface thoughts of shame, maybe? Like, oh God, I hope they find it because they can't find out how I really lost it. I don't know if surface thoughts get me that level of hell.
Well,
You get
it's
what I'm saying?
basically what they're immediately thinking of on the surface.
And it does
He's
say the questions can
his
influence. Is what I was.
his immediate thoughts are, I don't recall bringing anyone through last night. I was careful not to drink too much. And he'll shake his head as he answers you verbally, no, no, I didn't have anyone over last night.
All right.
So.
I like. I'll get down whisper to Mikey.
When.
That detect thoughts
Yeah.
smell. Oh, sorry, I had my mic covered with my hand. I don't know if you heard me.
I heard a
No.
little bit.
Mikey, like, free. There's doesn't seem to be anybody guilty. I used that detect thoughts to check around.
Alright.
I'm sure they noticed you guys going up there, and even this guy, he seems genuine. He doesn't have any guilt or shame on the surface.
Thanks for letting me know. And yeah, once he gets to the room, he's first going to check for any signs of break-in.
Oh, take
With
a
your
bardic.
he actually does not need to roll because he does have a passive of
24.
25 on investigation.
24
of
passes.
investigation.
It's really
Oh,
high.
Only 24.
Yeah,
Wow.
only 24. My intelligence is slightly lower than my wisdom.
Was that my
If
first
you-
bardic of the day?
Yes, it would have been, but I'll say you didn't use it because you know
Okay.
Mikey is really good at this.
Thank you.
Mikey, as you kind of walk and look around the room, you notice faint traces of dirt that leads towards the window, and as you walk over to it, despite it being on the third floor, and you kind of lift the window up and look out, and you can see markings on the window where someone had clearly pried it open.
Mm-hmm.
You do not see how, looking down at the grass, you see two small indents of what could be from a ladder.
Okay. As Mikey kind of looks down, alrighty, and he'll kind of leave, go, I'm gonna be looking at another thing outside your window. 1 second. And he goes out and goes where the ladder would be and kind of checks to see if there's any footprints.
This side of the building leads towards the stable, so it's hard to see anything really concrete.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. But it's close to the stable and it's close to the street, right?
Correct. Well, the pathway to the stable specifically is the stable is kind of tucked away, like here, on the side between the roads for Ashaqua and Dracarius.
Okay.
So the stable is kind of tucked behind the building back there. And it is a very large stable due to the amount of goods and merchants and all that travel through here. So it is easily as big or bigger than the inn itself, just due to the shipments that travel through. and they are very heavily guarded. You will note there are several of the inn's hired guard personnel all around it.
And are they completely within view of this particular part of the wall?
Yes, you can actually see at least 5 guards that are within view.
Okay. Mikey is going to walk up to one of the guards and goes, out of curiosity, is there a 24/7 watch on these posts?
Of course, and at night we also have teams of 2 that walk around this building specifically through the night, just for extra protection for your goods. So.
How many? Who was on duty last night?
Last night, I believe, was James, Anthony, and George. I know for a fact those 3 guards were on duty last night and should be sleeping right now. So.
Would they be at this post?
Yes, they would be. One would be where I'm currently standing. One would be where my friend over there, Fred, is standing, and he gestures to the other side of the entryway where the other guard is standing. And that guard kind of looks at you and tips his hat. And the other was part of the walking patrol.
I see. All right. Thank you very much. And gonna walk back into the common room and kind of sit down.
As you enter, you notice the 3 from before are no longer in the dining hall.
So he's gonna go to the innkeeper and go, and he's going to describe the people who are not there. Out of curiosity, did you see where they went? Did they go upstairs to their rooms, or are they? Did they head out?
Who are you asking?
The innkeeper specifically.
The innkeeper and not the bartender, correct?
Or the bartender, sorry. Sometimes they're the same person.
Sometimes they are, but this one's large enough. It's actually got like 3 bartenders and like 2 people in charge of the guests checking in and out. The bartender you ask looks up from the mug they're cleaning. One went upstairs and the other 2 went out the front door.
Okay. Do you know which room they had?
Can't say I do. You're gonna want to talk to the front staff. Betty might know. She's generally in charge of that kind of thing.
I'm gonna go find Betty and ask.
Not hard to find her. There's only 2 people at the front desk. 1 man, 1 woman.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Describe the person that... describe one of the 3 people and go, somebody might have gone back up to their rooms. Do you know what these guys' rooms, and describe these people?
I do, but can I ask why?
There's an ongoing investigation. I'd like to talk to one of them.
This must be about the gentleman's missing a ring. Well, I will not impede your investigation. However, if the gentleman does not want you in your room, we cannot allow you access. At least not knowingly. I have some paperwork to do. And as she turns to grab this paperwork, a key is left on the desk in front of you.
Okay. Cool. He takes... yeah, he takes the key.
The key has a number tag. 206.
Okay.
It's to her personal bedroom.
If that's the case, Mikey's going to be severely disappointed.
Mikey is like the only one who would be, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Mikey Mikey kind of is going to go to Kaiser and Alberto. Do you want to join me for this? Gonna see if we can't talk to somebody.
Yeah, and while Mikey was away, I would have liked to have had a conversation we can roleplay it
Yeah.
if you want to, or we could save time with Tharmand. Like, hey Tharmand, I've got a new spell, and just to not surprise you, what do you think about turning into a giant ape? Get some more thickness on you. Think you'd be able to use that sword a little better? More, well, not better, but you get what I'm saying, right? A giant ape. I mean, an ape could use the sword. You're proof of that.
It might be. Hey. I may be a dwarf, but I'm not that dense.
And I will minor illusion a tiny planet around you. What are you talking about? You're not dense. Look at that shit. That's crazy. That's your own gravitational.
It's an illusion.
Yeah, it's just a little illusion. I'm not sure if I can move
I-
it. I think it might.
I will use ruination to punch your illusion into bits.
Can you punch an illusion?
Yes,
The illusion
it
is
a
gone.
spell. It is a
Tharmand
spell.
can.
Tharmand, make your roll.
Whoa.
Let me remember how to do this here real quick.
It is
Just-
your attack roll against their spell save DC, basically.
15.
So you just have to beat a 15 to pop it.
I can make a strength check of DC plus the spell's level.
Okay, DC 10 plus the spell's level.
Spell's
What level?
It's a cantrip.
So just a DC 10.
1. Oh, 10, yeah.
And that's a strength check, which is +5. Do I add proficiency? Yes, no?
Don't think
Are they
so.
weapons? Or just a magic item?
Well,
It's my
here's the
fist.
question. Would you generally get proficiency when punching things?
I have Tavern Brawler.
An armed strike?
Then yes.
Oh, you would, probably.
Then yes, you would get proficiency with that.
You almost can't fail this.
So you do this, and it's a stationary little planet, and Tharmand looks you dead in the eye and just punches it, and it just kind of pops like a bubble.
That was cool. I didn't... Who could... You could touch an illusion. Impressive. That's amazing.
And about this time, Mikey arrives with his information and a key in hand.
Yeah.
Hey.
So.
Assuming we're gonna pick up where we left off, Kaiser's gonna, clasp his hand and be like, "Oh, this is gonna be fun. Let's go."
And
Alright.
my character
she
will-
said the other two. Go ahead.
the other two left.
Good. The other two left. Fuck.
Did you see them go?
I didn't see him go. We were all in the room when that happened, right? Nobody saw this.
I guess not. Yeah.
You're all in the room with the noble, so no.
So my character goes up to room 206 to knock on the
Down.
door.
The noble's on the 3rd floor. 206 is on the 2nd.
Yeah.
Mikey, real quick, and could I minor illusion basically a 5x5 picture, like a photograph of the room from memory, and see if Mikey can point out the like a still from a security camera, and see if Mikey can point out the guys that left and the guy we're looking at, just for clarity.
That would be too detailed for what that spell can do.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Mikey is specifically going to the room of the person that went upstairs. Of one of those 3 people.
You arrive at the door. Do you use the key to open it?
Not yet. He'll first knock.
You knock on the door, your hand thudding against the thick wood. And you kind of hear shuffling inside that pauses, and then it speeds up a little bit.
My character will open the door and just go and walk in. Listen, Let's stop.
You walk in to a human male who looks rather startled that you just entered his room as he's packing clothing. You're not with the staff. What are you doing in my room?
Sit down
And it's
and
not
let's
time for checkout.
sit down and let's have a talk.
About
Just
what?
relax, buddy.
I want to
You lot have no business in here.
I want to ask you about your whereabouts last night.
Kaiser
When
will,
last night?
Kaiser will go around everyone. Is there a chair nearby?
The room has 2 beds and a chair at a desk.
Perfect. Kaiser will go around, flip the chair around, kick it to the guy, and say, "Sit, please."
I certainly will not. And he'll turn
If-
back to Mikey. Now, about what time are you referring to? I was up fairly late drinking with some friends.
My
And
character.
then, as far as I remember, we returned to our rooms.
Can I insight to see if he's lying?
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
And 5x5 will block the door.
That sounds about right.
Gotta find.
New ability. You can break illusions now. Canon.
Yeah. Not the first time he's done it.
What's my insight? +7.
What a fucking name for an ability, bro.
How did Kaiser react to this guy saying sit? Or no, him refusing to sit, I mean to say.
You see magic welling up in his hand.
So, I rolled a 6, but I can't roll under an 8 due to my ear
So
of
that's
deceit.
a 15.
Yeah, so that is a 15.
Okay. He is definitely nervous and startled, but seems to be telling the truth.
Are your friends, and he's going to describe the other 2 people.
Oh, yes, they are. They went to go and get our carts from the stables. We have to be checked out within 10 more minutes or we'll be charged another night.
I see. And out of curiosity, did you guys... You said you were drinking a lot last night.
Yes, quite a bit.
Did any of them not return to their rooms whenever you were done?
As far as I know, no. This is my room and mine alone. They shared one.
Cool.
The
Is
room's
he
only had 2
continuing to pack?
beds. No, he is now just standing before you guys and talking.
Okay, good, good.
Okay. All right.
Would you mind if we just took a look through your belongings with your supervision? What if I'm worried somebody might have planted this gentleman's...
Something's gone missing.
You don't
and
seem to understand. I do not want to have to pay for another night. I have only about 10 more minutes to check out.
Oh, this can be done somewhere else, right, guys?
yes.
We've got 10 minutes to search the room, and Mikey, do you want to take this guy while we search the room? Or do you want your eyes in here?
Actually,
If it takes longer than 10 minutes, I'll pay for your room for the night.
Hey, that's Tharman.
Alright. If that's what you wish for, my bag with my clothes is there, and my bag of personal effects is by the door.
and Mikey will respectfully search through them.
So you do see, like, typical tidbits of jewelry, a couple of rings, but nothing with the description that the merchant had given you. Some gold, mostly silver and copper. The man is not wealthy by any means. But he does appear to have what you're looking for.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Sorry for the inconvenience. And he's going to walk out.
He is going to finish packing. It did take your total investigation didn't take 10 minutes, but now he has to finish packing and kind of straightening up his things. So Tharman, you will have to pay 5 gold pieces for the night for this gentleman.
That's fine.
Mikey is going to go out to the stables.
I'm sorry, it's 2 gold pieces for the standard room. Apologies.
Okay.
Mikey is going to pass by the desk, drop the key off, and then
Follow Mikey.
go to the stables to see if he can't find the people getting their cart.
When you do, Betty kind of smiles at you and winks as she slips the key back into her pocket. As you guys approach the stables, you see the same guards still just kind of standing around and waiting. One of the gentlemen of the group of three is standing next to him with what looks to be paperwork to make sure they get the right cart and goods.
Hey, can we talk to you for a second? I need to ask you something.
I mean, I guess I'm just waiting, but I'd prefer we make it quick.
We're trying to figure out something about stolen valuables. Were you out about here last night at all?
Well, we got pretty drunk, and I don't really remember much after that. At some point we started for our rooms. I vaguely remember stars, some laughter, giggling, and I woke up in my room. He just kind of shrugs.
I would like to find your friend and search both of your stuff, both of your belongings, to see if you accidentally if you didn't manage to, in your drunkenness, go on a theft spree.
He kind of looks offended at this. I will not have you going through my things and manhandling them.
You will not.
The guard, having overheard you, will look up from the paperwork he was reading through with an arched brow. Are you investigating a theft?
Yeah. And
in that case, he turns to look at the other man on the other side of the doorway. Go ahead and bring their cart out front, and we will be withholding it for an investigation. And then he will turn to the man who refused and said, "You are now under the suspicion of theft. You may not leave until we have completed a thorough search of your goods."
I didn't want this to happen like this. Also, I want to actually question the guards on duty to see if they confirm whether or not you were here last night.
I believe they are still sleeping and will be doing so for the next 3-ish hours.
Yeah, we're gonna wait those 3 hours.
Well, if we find the missing items within their goods in that time frame, I don't think that will be necessary. And eventually a cart with goods stacked high is brought out, along with the third gentleman, who looks a lot more nervous than his two companions had.
Why do you look so nervous, friend?
I was getting our goods, and then this guard came and manhandled me. The nerve.
So
he looks a little more well off than the other two did as well.
So what were you doing last night?
Drinking with my friends, and then we went to our room.
Did you find yourself out back around this area?
Don't be ridiculous. We went straight to our room.
Is he lying?
Give me an insight check.
Boom.
Nah, 20, let's go.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother rolling his. Yeah, he is lying through his fucking teeth.
You know, if we find your stuff, and the guards who were on duty last night place your face here, it's not gonna look good for you that you lied. Do you want to try again?
I have nothing to say to the likes of you. And you have no right to be doing this. And he's kind of stuttering now, and his friend just kind of looks almost in shock. And his friend speaks up, "You can't be serious.
Listen,
Don't believe a word they say." And the guard kind of drags him off of the cart and goes to place him in makeshift cuffs.
Mikey is looking very disappointed.
How dare?
I could understand, like, a theft while drunk. I can understand that. There's no reason to lie about it. Just pay the fines and... He's just disappointed that this guy is lying about it. He's caught.
His friend will speak up. You have always held your liquor better than us, but I didn't think you were out doing things like this. Did you convince me to help you while I was drunk? And his friend will just kind of keep his mouth shut and glare.
Now my character's much more disappointed. All right. I guess we're going to be searching your stuff.
It takes a couple of hours to go through anything, but you eventually find a small pile of gold and gems and jewelry. And within it is the description of the ring that the merchant wanted. And you can tell it's a magic item.
Ooh. Interesting.
That might be why he wanted it so bad and is willing to pay so much.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mikey is going to pocket the gold coins he found. But
Add 30 gold coins to your inventory.
cool. But he doesn't
I roll to see if I notice that.
Mikey, roll sleight of hand. Albedo. Perception check, I believe.
Sleight of hand isn't his best thing.
And just because I hate
Only
thinking
if
about
you're
this,
doing it stealthily.
did you slide
Like, you
of
could
hand
be
it?
blatantly doing this.
Oh, he straight up just takes the gold that's with all the stolen items and pockets it. If nobody's going to ask about it, he'll just if somebody doesn't question him, he will keep it. But
Oh, the guards don't see. The guards at this point have the quest paper and see that the gentleman was mostly after the gems and the ring, specifically the ring. So they say nothing themselves when you pocket the gold. Whether your team does or not is up to them.
Mikey with a question mark in it. Mikey, like you know, if you like you said, if you didn't hide it, so you said Mikey.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. In a questioning kind of tone, but hey, if that I see now.
He answers with a yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, during this time, the first man you spoke with did arrive, and it was also stunned by their friend's action. And at that point, you learned that it was their friend's idea to try and start a traveling merchant type deal, and they had sunk all of their money almost into this venture. And going through all of the goods, the other two also find out most of the goods aren't worth anything really. So their friend also scammed them out of a lot of money.
Damn, Mikey, man. Usually it takes more than alcohol to get me thinking things like that. Fucking that magical fairy dust. I get ideas like this. There's no way they were drugged or. Nah.
They
wasn't
probably
free.
didn't realize.
Right.
It's not a frame. It's just somebody. One bad egg convincing two other people to get in on their schemes, and just
That's
taking
terrible.
advantage of them. Mikey will return the gems and the ring to their owner.
You were given 800 gold pieces to split amongst the four of you.
He gives 200 to each person.
Let's go. I'm gonna go buy shit now.
He also, for the swiftness and managing to find it right before they're left, gives you a bonus 400 gold pieces.
Oh,
Thanking you profusely for finding his father's ring.
you're welcome. He gives everybody else an extra 100.
Yay. Well, did you say he gave us the ring?
Oh, no.
No, he did not give you the ring.
That was literally the end goal of it.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I heard
Nah,
ring.
No, he wanted his father's ring back. He got his father's ring. He is happy. So he gave you a bonus for finding it so quickly before it left the inn.
And this is literally my character's job, or like what he did before. So it's just like, thank you very much.
Kaiser's gonna whisper to Albedo and Tharman, away from everyone, just really silently. So when can we steal the ring back? It looks nice.
Insight roll to see if he's being serious. Then we'll fucking party. How much gold did we get just now? So I don't fucking.
300 gold.
Thank you. But give me 1 sec. See, I need to know if Kaiser is serious about this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I wrote Albedo to be the exact type of person that
that would do
a
this. Yeah.
I hate that I feel like I know my fucking stats, but I doubt myself so hard on my skill modifiers that I have to check every fucking time, and it wastes so much time.
Good, no worries.
Okay. +6. I'm good at insight. Fuck! Actually, for the record, I did remember that I forgot to give Albedo a first level feat, and I was just like, nothing hits me better than lucky. So I'm gonna be awesome. Oh fuck, PTSD from Sid just
I was
hit up.
just about to say
I used luck so many times it never worked. It's always luck works. It better not. A little bit better.
It is better. It is better.
So close.
It was close to a 4.
I seriously had like a wave of PTSD of like, oh god, don't do it. You're gonna be so mad.
Lucky seems to affect every person specifically differently. It's not defeating stuff; it just affects them differently.
Yeah, Seraph made great use of his lucky feat.
Ooh, you didn't GM roll that. You messed up.
Oh, Kaiser, are you joking?
Hell yeah, I am.
That's hilarious. Albedo tries to catch his like. Oh,
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm gonna send a message to Loot saying, Loot, there's a really cool magic ring here. I know who has it. Kaiser said something. If you're down, let me know for a heist. We can do that later if it fucking happens.
Yeah.
Loot's always down. We did a murder together. It's fun.
You were bonded over.
We bonded
You say
over
that
a
out loud in
murder.
character.
And that would have been at some other point with Spell, like in the toilet, hiding, of course.
I'm talking about admitting to the murder part.
No. That was above board. Wait, no, we already did that. I did admit to Mikey.
Yeah.
The thing is, do you say that in front of the noble?
Oh no.
All right. And with that, we'll be closing session.
Hey everybody, thank you for making it this far at the very least. Just want to say, hey, if you want to support my channel, it would be awesome if you liked, subscribed, commented, all that fun stuff. If you want to add a little bit of extra support on there, go to my Ko-fi channel. The link will be in the description. Right now, I don't know if the link is actually clickable or not, but I'll have the actual URL you need to go to that you can just copy and paste into the browser. But yeah, you can go to my Ko-fi page, hire me as a game master, even just like subscribe, get some little extra fun stuffs. Or I mean, you can check out my other store and see if anything there intrigues you. Just there for a little bit of extra support. I'm trying to make sure that I can keep myself self-sufficient on this stuff, and every little bit helps. Thank you very much for watching this, and I hope to see you in the next video.